Team secrets turn to ban. Alliances turn to ban. Team secrets turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Alliances turn to pick.
10.
Team secrets turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Batrider!
Team secrets turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Oracle.
Alliances turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Reserve time. Alliances turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Team secrets turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Alliances turn to ban. Team secrets turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Team Secret's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Dusk.
Alliance's turn to pick.
Vengeful spirits.
Team Secret's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Gyrocopter!
Alliance's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Terror Blade.
Team Secret's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Alliance's turn to ban. Team Secret's turn to pick.
Brood mother.
Alliance's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Queen of pain.
10 seconds remaining. Prepare for battle.
First blood.
That was but the
30
first
seconds to
taste
battle.
of revenge.
The battle begins.
Well, definitely not passive play though. So
No. This is WCA approved Dota so far.
the Shanghai Major, we'll see. Rumors of no alt chatting, but clearly this game, good manners pay off for Secret.
That's a big nerf to NA Dota. What is this?
I know. What's Swindle gonna do?
Come on.
Already Bulldog trying to pull the wave back with the hero. And it's gonna be Envy chasing him down on the gyrocopter.
Where is Bulldog got a bear somewhere? Why is he drawing aggro with his hero? That's been interesting, but
I think it might be. Is it healing?
yeah, possibly. Ah, there we go. He's got his bear back in lane now. But we'll see S4 taking on Wii in the mid lane. Queen of Pain versus Bat. Interesting little matchup. S4 is the Bat master, so if he knows how to play the hero, you got to imagine he knows how to play against it and like when to back off, when to fight.
You say that, but he's getting really beaten down in this mid lane early on. Looks like he did have to pop the salve
That's
there.
what salves are for, right?
Террорблейды перед
I mean,
тем, как
Bat not
начать
normally known for
персонажи,
strong
читают,
laning
что
in
делать его
the more recent patches with the low base damage, but with that amount of napalm, he could take anyone. They will snare Bulldog bottom lane, and the bear isn't there to tank up the rocket barrage. Hefty dose of damage going his way.
So, I'm wondering if the bear died in that level 1 fight.
It may have because
he
he's
just
used the
he
summon.
resummoned it like to lane. Like I suddenly saw on the minimap like the bear came back up. So it's an unexpected thing to have happened because of how tanky it is. But
Yeah, and it's not like the bear was the focus of the fight. It just took
Yeah.
collateral damage. But it does seem that he had to use the resummon.
load in the top lane. So far, it's been manageable dealing with the Brood. Have maintained the sentry ward vision of him in lane, and
S4 getting blasted back by Weeha.
yeah, that flame break does a lot of damage. Definitely a matchup where you want to get flame break against Queen because you're not going to ever be able to kill her with Napalm Firefly when she can flick away. So you get a big boost in damage, and Queen will let you get 6 Napalm stacks on her because she has Blink, which is where the flame break really kicks in.
You also have to be careful about the turn time when you're turning for the blink to make sure you're facing the right way. But they are making the move onto Weeha here. Ake trying to run him down with auto attacks. He's low, jukes into the trees, but S4 chases him. They maintain the vision, popping the fairy fire. Then the shard block is there. He blinks forward, committing for this one. S4, is he in too far? Another shadow strike, trading auto attacks, but the creeps are there. Now Capitan Puppy able to force him back.
That was a really nice save from the Bat Rider. The Fairy Fire coming into play again as well. And
That item you know, it sounded like a fairly minor addition to the game at first, but my god, the number of times I've seen a hero live barely just because of it are huge. Bottom lane looks like the lone druid. Oh, almost going down. Bulldog able to salve up at the absolute last second. Close call again. A lot of rotations, a lot more action than what we saw in the early laning stage last game.
Yeah, it seems they're doing just fine with the bear as well. It's going to question like whether Oracle as a support, great as a safe lane babysitter, but can it deal with a lone druid bear with just a solo support with Tusk roaming? And so far so good. Oracle's just held his own against the lone druid bear.
So it seems there will be at least a momentary break in the action here. How do you feel the overall strategy suits Secret? Going for the Broodmother last pick, really trying to dominate the lanes, as Winter mentioned.
Yeah, win lane, win Dota.
They found EGM. They're going to roll on him. The Brood pops right out of the snowball, but again, Fairy Fire's making the difference. The Chen creeps, stomping out the Spiderlings, protecting
Puppey.
a little Venge.
Right
But Puppey
click.
maybe not so lucky. Loda, again, Fairy Fire. Dota, nobody dies. What an item.
Fairy Fire is going to be banned at the next WCA tournament. That's
Not encouraging aggression, that's for damn sure. This time, though, no Fairy Fire save. Finally, Misery will bite the dust.
good use of the Metamorph, almost getting the Tusk and then securing the kill on Brood, but this is like a 2-minute window timing where Secret in that offlane can look to now contest the lane a bit better, since that Metamorph is effectively an ultimate for Terrorblade.
By the way, S4, 2 Fairy Fire, so clearly he's going to win the mid lane from here. He's packing heat right now, level 5. So, the offlane lone druid having a very rough time, only 4 CS.
Similar for Brood so far, and Brood, speaking of which, may actually go down here. It's going to be close.
That early point of reflection, Fairy Fire popped again, but Misery, no escape. Will fall. These early Chen rotations have been on point, almost securing the kill mid on Weeha earlier, then successfully getting the job done top. And on the back of that Chen play, Alliance will find themselves leading 3-1, but the lone druid was forced to abandon the off lane. He's off in the jungle right now, trying to play a bit of catch up.
And a lot of that like kill advantage they're getting, the money is going into sentries, dust, like more detection to deal with Brood. They've already used 3 sentries in the top lane. They've got 2 more and a dust kind of coming as well. So it's been a big gold investment from Alliance to deal with Brood so far. And Brood at least getting levels out of the lane, which is really what you need for the first 5 minutes.
Looks like Puppey wants to try to get some eyes here on Bulldog, planting down an Observer ward. And I was not actually spotted. It looks like they have a ward on the other side of the hill, so they know Puppey walked into the jungle. They don't know that he dropped the ward, though. And they are converging. Just chilling on the low ground, maybe going to try to steal a creep. At the very least, leave some experience. So it's a dual jungle play. Bear and Holy Knight working together. Now they're going to trot back towards the bottom lane. Very crafty movement from Puppey.
And just kind of knowing he's there gives Secret that information that, okay, Brood, you're kind of fairly safe up top for now until the Chen comes back. And Chen's spending a lot of time like out of the jungle, and that's something which is going to kind of raise warning signs for Secret that maybe the Chen is thinking of something like a smoke gang fairly soon.
Venge going to get spotted out here by Puppey. The sharks come through, but EGM immediately runs the other way. Good reaction under pressure. Then he even turns with the stun, but it was snowballed. Well done by Puppey. He's going to tank a reflection. Then the Metamorph comes out. I don't think they have the firepower here. Maybe they do. Oh, Puppey. Really taking a beating from that Terrorblade. So Loda now picking up his Gloves of Haste. He is about even with Envy as far as farm goes. Who are you favoring overall here, Gods, through the early laning stage?
I think the lane stage has been very even. Like the kills Alliance have got, kind of as mentioned, being negated by the heavy investment into sentries and detection, but it's going to probably swing Alliance's way since they can do more in the laning stage now. Like they can transition to a push with Chen and Terrorblade whenever they have Metamorph up. For Secret, they can rotate
Radiant's
the
middle
Terracopter,
tower is
but
under
it's kind
attack.
of unreliable until you've got a Batrider Blink Dagger. So I think for Secret, it's going to be more about waiting out the Blink Dagger, whereas for Alliance, they can start pressuring towers now if they'd like to.
I'm wondering if this is Alliance's game plan to deal with the Broodmother, is just constantly pressure that lane so the Brood can't push you. No Spiderling army built up, and with the Chen as well as the Terrorblade, they just keep on applying pressure. So they're putting Brood on the back foot, and that's normally here that you want to be on the aggressive.
Yeah, I think it's a good plan. I think also a good plan was putting Loda on more of a carry this game. Like they've been getting away with running Loda on these kind of selfless heroes where he creates space, and we can see like
the Starladder.
Yeah, like the Starladder. we see time and time again for Secret. That's now 2 games in a row where they've been able to handle the lone druid, even when it's one of the most fun heroes in the game. So I think Alliance's response as well. Let's make sure that there's a secondary carry to go with the Spirit Bear. Let's basically fight Secret's greed last game with a bit of our own greed, and Secret then say, okay, you're going to go greedy, we're going to go a bit less greedy.
Looks like Ake moving into position, but Weeha's heading to the bottom room, so he's going to dodge this one. Didn't actually see the Chen. He's a little suspicious, and meanwhile, poor Bear, 300 gold going the way of Sama. That's going to load up his wallet.
Yeah, almost as good as a hero kill in some ways.
Even better, potentially.
And Bear taking heavy damage, he's kind of forced away. He can't really
Dyer's
defend this
bottom
T1 tower,
tower
so it
is
may
under
actually be
attack.
Secret taking the first tower as a result. He's got no resummon, and it makes even just Bulldog's ability to farm this game really, really slow right now.
They have rotated S4 down now to the bottom lane, and we see the Chen in the offensive jungle position. Ake clearing out, and Ursa maybe go for a wraparound here. Missouri is currently being scouted by a sentry. Not sure if they have any additional detection. Ake kind of doubles back, walks towards the rune, then back up to the secret shop, but all the while Puppey continues to try to keep eyes on that Chen, knowing that it's important to scout him out. Unfortunately, he's walked into a whole pile of creeps and, well, snowballs. This is going to be a tricky one to get out of, and Ake isn't going to allow it, but he buys time for the team to rotate in. Maybe they can get the counter kill, bring down the Chen. No, Hand of God comes out. He just got level 6 from this. Arcane Rune isn't going to be enough. Weeha chasing, trying to finish him off. Flame Break is there, pushes him back very nicely positioned, and they will get the kill. Maybe even going to look for EGM, but again, the Chen creeps doing their work. Wave of Terror comes out. They're going to try to right-click him down. The sticky napalm making it a little bit trickier. EGM, continued pursuit. Weeha, where is he going to go now? Firefly not up for 13, has the stick charges, might be baiting this. No backup in sight, but slowly Tusk is going to make his way there and try to turn it around. The Terrorblade up in the jungle, not quite in position. They get another Troll Trap again, the Flame Break. Weeha still heading on through this. Now the Firefly, the stick gets popped, and he goes over the cliff, over the ravine, and then S4 slams the door. All that work, and still dies in the end anyway. Loda wants a bit more on the chase. Walking into the Broodmother's nest. And it's Pie's turn to get involved. Misery's turn as well. Alliance not content with this skirmish. Secret might go for a bit more, but they trail 2-6. They're really struggling to get the kills. They roll into S4. EGM engaging. This gets off the stun and gets punished by Pie. Zapped down by the Oracle, but now the body blocks come out. S4 doing work and finishes him off. It's 3 kills for Alliance. Suddenly up 8-3. And oh, by the way, there is a lone druid in this game, and he needs this time because he is struggling bottom.
Yeah, he's still kind of struggling because not just is there a lone druid in this game, there's a gyrocopter. And interesting, Emmy making the decision not to rotate, not to come to these fights. That was a very long, drawn-out fight. The big problem was it's not under a secret tower. So for Envy, he's very much in the mindset, unless it's a fight right under the tower, I need to play this more farm-oriented gyrocopter. I've got the Helm of the Dominator, and I can use this just to power farm my way through the bottom lane, through the jungle, stack Ancients too if you want to. And for Secret, it's something that they may slightly regret not rotating him in, but it's so hard for them to know that how long that fight's going to last with the way the Batrider and the Venge chase was happening.
Alliance are definitely on top of the gyro. Already a ward getting dropped in the Ancients, so really trying to limit the economy game. As the analyst mentioned, I think he makes a good point that Scant did, that Secret normally try to just pull ahead as far as their gold advantage goes. More so than necessarily trying to force the fight, but now a fight will break out in the top lane. Call out coming through. Beautiful time to rotate. Envy was ready. And Alliance give up 2 as Puppey hunts onto EGM. S4 waits on the high ground searching for an opening. Not sure he's going to find anyone. Puppey just out of range, it appears. Can S4 salvage this little skirmish?
Radiant's middle tower is under
They
attack.
are going to scout out the enemy creep as the TP comes in mid. They're going to kill it off. No stacks for you, sir. He has already managed to claim 1 in the mid lane. The rune from Bulldog, he might not have had a good time in the off lane, but with that rune, it's almost enough to get the kill. And S4 secures it, blinking forward, dominating streak for him. And the trade. The Venge goes down. This Oracle pylon die just doing so much damage
Dire
early on.
structures are fortified.
Feels like he's the main damage dealer up to this
Dyer's
point.
top
S4
tower
still
is
lurking
under
around
attack.
with Sonic Wave.
Oh, he wants to go.
Dyer's top
Crouching
tower has
S4.
fallen.
Hidden Scream. There's the combo. Starts it off with the Scream onto Puppey, but immediately Pylite die. Pop in the ult to try to keep him safe.
Happy enough with that trade is S4.
Yeah, did not commit the ult, so that's the nice thing there. Forces out the Oracle ult. We'll allow them to go for a follow-up gank potentially soon. Do you see the gyro really far up
Dire's
top
top
lane on the
tower
back
is
of all
under
this?
attack.
Since that tier 1 did fall in the midst of the chaos.
Yeah, Envy just feeling confident enough now with his farm advantage that he can come to fights and take part, despite having
Dire's
that on the
middle
dominated
tower
build.
is under
How are
attack.
you feeling about Alliance right now? The fights haven't been going their way as much lately, and the one thing they are lacking compared to last game and most
Radiant's
of the
bottom
games
tower is
is
under
that
attack.
reliable hero to
Radiant
start the fights.
structures
S4's
are
kind of been
fortified.
doing it through guerrilla tactics, but that is not normally reliable as an initiation on the Queen of Pain. Are you worried for them?
I think they can react to Secret. The vent swap needs to be saved for the Batrider lasso, I feel. So I don't think they want to just go trying to swap their way into a fight. I think
So they're more counter-initiating them.
yeah, they'd like to counter-initiate. They'd like to use the Chen to try and brute force through towers at certain stages of the game. I think it's more about the Chen Terrorblade and what these two heroes can get done together. Terrorblade's gone for very early game-centric items by picking up a Dragon Lance. It's not something that's going to accelerate his farm like a Yasha would, like a Helm of the Dominator would. So this very much says that Alliance actually want to fight. They want to push down towers. You don't buy this Dragon Lance as a farming item.
I guess you can break it down later to get your S and Y and Butterfly potentially.
Yep.
So
It works that way.
that's a pretty cool build up. But like you said, it's not the economy build by any means.
Nice catch.
Misery does get scouted out. The Queen of Pain ult committed. It is going to clip him, but he's into the trees now. Can he make his way out? They want the Brood, and they will squish the Spider down in the end. Leg snapped off and back to the well. It was a pretty big commitment, though. That is going to free up the Secret push on the bottom lane, a bit at least.
Yeah. Terrorblade here, even just like a single reflection can kind of delay things here now.
Loda is sitting very far back.
Careful, doesn't have any points of consumption just yet.
Dire's bottom tower is
And
under
kind of
attack.
thing the analyst talked about was that it is very hard for him to guarantee getting off this spell without something like a Dazzle behind him, without the Oracle behind him, and we're just not seeing any points prioritized in the spell, since it's going to be much more about the pushing power of the illusion and the metamorph that Terrorblade brings to the table for now.
Weeha wants to go. He's popped the Arcane Rune. Things do get interesting now. It's the very low cooldown spells. Loda gets nuked. It'll be okay for the moment. Is falling a bit far behind the Gyrocopter. Now down about 1,300 net worth. And although they got a ward up near the Ancients Gods, they have not really been stopping the stacking. So we now see, I believe, about to be a full quad stack ready to go.
It's a very, like, if you want to contest the ink, you're not really expecting Gyro to really farm it that early on. It seems like it's what they maybe put there too early, although he has other.
Oh, they are going to grab S4. They drag him away. There's the sendback. They may need to commit the Hand of God. No, the Yules comes out right as the Hand of God is used. And he sent back. Oracle nuking him down. Purchase it off, so S4's going to have trouble getting out of here. Almost dead, and he will. So close. One more blink, just making it out. They had to pull out all the tricks to keep him alive, but the Flame Break chases him into the pit. Hope he okay.
I mean, let's.
Oh, that Oracle
Let's talk about
almost.
this Oracle here, yeah.
Almost punished the Chen
It's
sendback.
bad enough he like purges off Flame Guards and Darkseer Iron Shells and
Dire's
Surges.
top
Let's just
tower
add another
is under
spell that can
attack.
purge off the Test of Faith as well from the Chen.
What doesn't Oracle do?
Oh man, what a hero.
The Swiss Army knife of heroes. Good stuff from him. It wasn't enough for the kill, but Pi, I feel, has really gotten a lot done here in the laning stage.
Oh, absolutely, and
into the mid game now.
for Secret, they've been fighting well without the Brood, giving Misery some room and space up near this top lane, but he needs to be careful. He's very close to low sentinels. They've got these Observer Sentry duos in 2 different locations.
Radiant's
They're really
middle tower is
all in
under
committed
attack.
to try and hunt down Misery, and well, it looks like they may be successful
They
now.
found the Spider. There's a tier 1 up though. Tusk is coming. Misery. They're going to need the Queen of Pain ult to get the kill here. Not sure it's quite enough damage yet. Puppey keeping the Venge away. Blinks into the trees. Pops the dust. One more auto tech. Misery. The web region. It keeps him alive. He's going to survive through this. And now S4's in DP could be in trouble. Homie Missile going to track him down and up back towards top. It looks like the Venge is about to drop too. EGM low. Puppey looking to recommit. The Terrorblade Illusion trying its best to keep him out of the picture. And then the Quap also running. But in the end, they are going to lose the Venge. S4, Homie Missile continues pursuit. And Pi is going to take advantage. Zaps him down on the Oracle. Oh my, Alliance going all in on the Brood there and getting nothing, giving up 2 kills, possibly more on the back of it.
Oh man, that was just a slightly out of range Venge, as well as the Queen of Pain with the Yules when they're trying to chase down Misery, allowing him to get too
Dire's
close to
middle
the tower.
tower
And
is under attack.
boy, do they get punished for that big long dive of theirs.
You know, for a team with these heroes, you'd think Alliance might have a tower at this point, Gods, but
Yep.
all the tier 1's up, and it's allowing Secret to very quickly rotate into fights. Bulldog able to scurry out with the Rabbit there, but the Bear might not be so lucky, taking a ton of damage. Does get the roar off, but turned on. A secondary rocket barrage is going to finish it along with the nuke damage from the Oracle.
This bear time and time again. Purifying Flames just
It's a
wrecking
fountain
it.
of gold right now.
Yeah, that's going to be, I would say, like the third bear kill there's been a few times where we like go to the bear and he like has to resummon it, and it's like, oh, I guess he lost the bear even earlier, so.
Maybe it all goes back to that level 1 fight in the jungle where he just got off on the wrong foot.
Well, see SMY now for Mr. Eternal Envy.
Yeah, Envy has done an incredible job at keeping up his farm this game. You pointed out he wasn't rotating the first fight top. Then when he did, it gets them 2 big kills. He's been able to keep the Ancient stacks up. This has been just a masterful gyrocopter for performance to date, and frankly, everyone on Secret getting their jobs done. Alliance, I am feeling that lack of a true initiator, like a Bat Rider, a Puck for S4. It hasn't been easy for them to just find a hero and then get the kill.
Yeah, and they kind of went for that Yule Scepter on the Queen of Pain as like the poor man's initiation, but it's not really a fantastic setup for too much as far as the rest of the Alliance team goes. It does give them that little bit of extra catch, the ability to stop TPs, but...
Homie missile now, launched towards him, along with the call down. Flax flying out, Oracle's gonna snare him, has the ultimate. This is gonna force the rotation though. Let's see how long Envy wants to stay. There comes the bear, and the Alpha Wolf will be the sacrifice. No, perhaps they also are gonna go for the gyrocopter. Puppey moving into position from the river. Bear working on the wolf. Get the hell out of my lane.
Dire's bottom tower.
That's
and
all he
the other
does.
thing is you purge off, I think you purge off Entangle from Lone Druid Bear, you purge off Shadow Strike.
Oh, they swap back in Puppey, but he gets forced away by Weeha. They need to lock him down quickly. Weeha on the top of the entire enemy team. He gets up to last, so he's burning them all down. Massive damage from Envy as well. The flat cannon slaughtering Alliance in a rain of bullets and fire. They lose 4. S4, the only man to sneak away. And this is without the Brood.
You just have like 4 heroes stuck in this ramp with a Bat Rider on top of them, and everyone just burn, baby burn. They just got taken out.
That was without the cooldown. That was just flat cannon and the burn.
Yeah, look at the damage down. It was all Gyro and Bat Rider. Gyro did 2.5k damage, Bat Rider did 1800 damage.
Imagine if he had cooldown. That would have been even uglier.
Bottom tower has fallen.
Well, things suddenly looking fairly grim here for Alliance in game number 2. It's Gyro hitting a tier 3 tower on your high ground 20 minutes into the game.
Look at the confidence from Secret. They're not just taking fights and walking away with them, but they are immediately trying to pressure the next round of objectives on the back of it. Puppey wailing away to tier 1 on his own. They just know that Alliance are light on the gank potential, and they're taking full advantage of the opportunity. Maybe even going to make a move on mid. EGM walks right into the gyrocopter, quickly gets worked down by the rocket barrage. It's dead. They're on top of the tier 1. Looks like he might go for that too, with the Brute still playing her own game up in the top lane. It's just a full court press everywhere Secret go. No breathing room for Alliance, smothering them all around.
And that's really the scariest thing about this game right now for Alliance, is that these fights, this whole game has turned upside down for them, with Brood not really doing all too much. Yes, the Brood got shut down early, but the recent fights were kind of 4v5 scenarios where Brood was just given time to catch up. And I think that's kind of like what Alliance have been playing, that kind of 4v5 oriented style with the Lone Druid in the early game, but the Lone Druid's just taking too long to come online for them. Because they have to farm up Midas and the Radiance in the off lane, Secret just keep on punishing the timing of this Radiance.
And Envy getting that early Alpha Wolf, it's allowed him to basically just blow everyone on Alliance up. Like maybe the Bear in Ultimate form could survive, but his physical damage is outrageous for this stage of the game.
Well, yeah, you talked about that last fight where they killed everyone with those 2 heroes without a cooldown.
Yeah, that was the Alpha Wolf.
Yeah, that's black Alpha Wolf damage, as well as a couple rocket barrages, but scary stuff, as it's like nowhere is safe right now, and this actually may be a dead lone.
Look at the desperation. Alliance have to camp the whole team behind him. Maybe they are going to get Misery out of this.
Oh, Misery knows it's bait. He doesn't even commit the Orchid there.
They do get the dust off. S4 a bit out of range, though. Okay. It did catch him, but even if they get this kill, they're breaking the base in the bottom lane. Gyrocopter pressing in. Broodmother is a sacrifice they're willing to make for a potential lane of Rax. Misery will go down. They need to get in position. Come home, Alliance. Your home is in trouble. Secret working on the tier 3. EGM there to try and slow it down. They may back off, but
tower on no tower, great trade for Secret.
Look at the structural damage they've gotten done here. Call down comes through. Envy just wants to go to get up on the high ground, zone the back, finish off the tower, and then the lasso comes out. Very quick reaction on the Yule Scepter, but doesn't even matter. Still, they get the drag down. Duty on the low ground. Duty punched into the next game, perhaps. Alliance losing another. The Venge down for the count, and now Envy moving forward onto the Bear. They're going to kill it again. This Bear has just been an extra snack for Secret all game long, and they keep on going.
The constant sustain that this Oracle provides them, as well as the ability to negate so much of Alliance's like damage and initiation, is just brutal. Like, Oracle has been the hero of this game.
We saw even purging off the Chen Sem Sure, they don't get a kill, but it just puts the fear of God in Alliance.
And even small things like purging off the Shadow Strike from Queen of Pain just allows Envy to stay aggressive. He doesn't have to go for a BKB and worry. Like, he can play aggressive and not get kited by a Shadow Strike. That's such a huge asset to have as a gyrocopter. And Secret are just trolling this game from start to finish right now.
The way the game's developed, you look back on the Alliance draft and it just doesn't want to be playing from behind. This is a draft that wants to be pushing your towers, and still all tier 1s alive at 23 minutes into the game with a lone Druid, a Terrorblade, a Venge, and a Chen. Something went horribly wrong early for them, and it's just, it doesn't feel like it's a very easy lineup to come back with.
Yep.
They don't have that initiator. They're not really that good at high ground defense, and they can't really split push because Brood's always pushing in one lane, and Batrider punishes anyone who goes for the split push.
And now this is a scary item. The Butterfly comes up for Gyrocopter. They just don't really have a good answer for this. The Queen of Pain has some damage to go through, but when there's an Oracle scene behind, I don't think they can expect to kill this Gyrocopter unless Envy like really just overcommits on his own with little backup. But that's not going to ever be the case. Oracle is just being constantly buddy-buddy. Wherever Envy goes, Piladai goes as well.
Well, Secret may have looked a little shaky in the group stage, barely eking their way into the main event, but my God, this is feeling like the Secret that finished second at the Frankfurt Major. They are in rare form right now. They're pushing the advantage all over the map. Alliance scrambling for whatever little items they can get. They finally get the Lone Druid Radiance. The timing's not even that bad, all things considered, but it's more, can the Bear survive to dish out that Radiance damage?
And they get
That's
it with
the
a
question.
Terrorblade BKB, suggesting that they want to try and take some fights rather than go into a farm game against Team Secret.
Here's Weeha, again S4 there with the Yules, but the Force Staff comes out. He's going to maybe look for a Flame Break here, try and commit. They net Envy and run, head for the hills, but Envy just keeps on marching forward. Call down is dropped. The Bear is going to scare him off. Now a snowball onto EGM. They will lose the Vengeful Spirit here, it appears, and then they're going to lasso S4, but EGM gets the swap up with his dying breath. Envy's in very far on his own, but the Butterfly is making the difference. They just can't bring him down quickly enough. Loda marching in. Leaf still has that BKB ready to go, and he may be forced to commit at the Queen of Pain ult, desperately trying to finish off the Gyro, but the Oracle ult keeps him alive a bit longer. They roll into Bulldog. The Spirit Bear is close to dying, and Envy wants to go back into this. Puppy's still engaging. There's the Batrider death. Alliance finding their footing in this fight. They get up the Terrorblade ultimate. Can they bring down Puppy too? Puppy low. Gyro maybe about to die. It's the Oracle again and again, spamming up the heals, keeping him alive. He might get Bulldog up of this. Stomp, so low. Finally he'll die. Loda is going to drop to the tower though in the end. Spins back to base, and then S4 finds himself in deep. He blinks away. Secret not done just yet with him. He wants to re-engage. S4's going to go for it. Look for the blink, the scream. Puppy's ready. The snowball. Can he turn it? No, he's a bit low on mana. That Oracle, I thought a Secret might lose 4 there.
S4 keeps like, he's blinking into Scream, and these heroes like, oh, Fate's Edict, I'm okay. That's not going to kill me off. Envy survived so long again because of the Oracle. The False Promise healed him back to full. Good news for Alliance is they got the Sunder, which has not been a spell that's really come into play this entire game until that fight, and that was a big turning point that allowed Alliance at least salvage that one, getting Envy. They still lose Loda on the chase. They almost lose Bulldog as well in the Lone Druid, but a much-needed victory for the Alliance.
Definitely worth it to get the Envy kill with how farmed he is. But that was also the Radiance reveal and the BKB reveal, so I don't think Secret had seen either of those items, or if they did, it was just right before the fight. I imagine they're going to be more prepared next time. Alliance, they got their mileage out of it, but now comes the tough part, which is finding the next good fight.
And Alliance is going for like much more early game oriented item pickups than normal. Not just the BKB on Terrorblade, they've now picked up they're going for the Vlads on Lone Druid when you'd normally see something more like the Assault Grass, so really heavily suggesting that they want to be able to just fight and get what the most cost-effective items possible for team fights happening right now, recognizing that they're behind and they want to try and get kills to get them back in the game.
Yeah, the Vlads, they're respecting Envy's damage here. He hits so damn hard. And now, just to make it even worse, the DD root's been grabbed. But at Alliance, their turn to contest the Roshan perhaps. They move towards the pit. Will they have that miracle fight that we saw from Secret last game? The Roche starts to drop low. Envy gets cold feet, is going to look to run away. They punch the bear. The Lone Druid Bear, it's just so damn squishy. They're going to lose it again. Bulldog Leaf has the resummon. There's the drag back on EGM, bringing him up onto the cliff. He could swap himself down, but then he might die anyway as Misery chases him out. Down he goes. Envy up on the cliff, but it's also a great position to go for some flank ends, and they snowball him down. Puppey brings him back in, but he runs into the entire enemy team, gets rooted. That's immediately purged off. There's the ultimate from S4, but Envy refuses to take damage. The Oracle keeping him alive forever, and then the ult ends, and he pops. Alliance, big fight, 3 fall. It looked a little ugly at first, but they have their turn. Oh, Weehaw, can he steal this Roshan? Flame break? No, doesn't get the kill, doesn't get the Aegis.
I think Weehaw getting a bit too hasty there with the lasso. He knows if he doesn't lasso the Venge, whoever he lassos, the Venge swap is going to cancel it, but the problem is he kind of puts his team in a bad spot by lassoing the Venge when they couldn't even kill the Venge because he had no follow-up damage.
They might find another kill. This would be the 4th of the past minute or so. They do. Misery dropping almost an exact reversal of last game, Gods. Where it felt like, I mean, Alliance weren't dominating all that hard last game, but they had the tempo. They were the aggressors. Then all of a sudden, Secret wins a big Roche fight. Same thing here, except this time it's Alliance getting out on top.
We're looking just to farm up some Chen neutrals.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Knight
attack.
Rider trying to finish those off. S4, he has opted for the Ags.
No, his Firefly's going to wear off soon. Okay,
Looks like he should be okay.
Just being annoying.
With the way that last fight went, the Terrorblade, Lone Druid, and Queen of Pain are all hugely up there in terms of net worth, and just behind the Gyrocopter, nipping on Envy's heels. Net worth.
There's the real
update. There we go. Now it's updated.
That
and we got ourselves a ball game.
Yeah, and the big concern for Secret is like this Brood is a hero that's meant to kind of contest the lanes, be really annoying in the mid game, but when you start falling behind like this, Misery is not going to be able to do a whole lot in fights. He's going to desperately need a BKB, and even at that BKB status, the physical damage from Alliance with Venge, Terrorblade, and the Queen of Pain pure damage Sonic Wave, the Lone Druid with more physical damage, is something he can't really fight into. The BKB is a necessity, but not a necessity that allows him to team fight.
So where do you think Secret go from here? With the way that fight went, the amount of farm Alliance are picking up, do they look to rat it out and split push, farm for late game? Are they looking for smoke ganks? What is the plan? Obviously, Alliance have a very comfortable rhythm going after that fight.
Well, I think they do want to try and find pickoffs here. They can't just sit back and let Alliance now take control of the map. You are going to be against 3 core heroes that can scale better than yours, I want to say. So I think as a result, Secret, they need to find pickoffs. They need to try and put themselves in that position where they can be going onto the Alliance high ground, but they need to also wait for the Aegis to expire first. They can't be fighting into the Alliance 5-man when they've got Aegis on their side.
Yeah, that does seem to be the call by Secret as we
Radiant's
watch
top
Envy and
tower
Pylai
is
die,
falling.
pushing out the bottom lane. Alliance taking the tier 1 top. Good structural damage for them. Wonder if they even commit to a tier 2 push.
Dire's
Seems like they're a
middle
little bit
tower
worried about
is
the
under
bottom lane.
attack.
Terrorblade going back to base, and they're going to slow it down. So Secret will reset the lanes. But Alliance, again, the farm has just been enormously rebounded from that one Roshan fight. Their cores were incredibly far behind prior to
Secret's
that.
vision right now is just kind of comical with it. Got 3 wards around the Roshan pit, 1 ward in the bottom lane as well.
Oh
Very
my
much
God.
like they were all in for that Roche. They're like, let's just spam vision around this Roche pit area, try and secure Roche, and then go from there. And that, like, you can see what their game plan was. If they get that Roche and Aegis, it's like you said, identical to last game. That one Roche fight just turned the game on its head. What would have been a Secret Aegis and possible just victory off of that suddenly turned into a huge Alliance lead.
Do you feel it's the same situation as well where they're going to have trouble going late unless they have an advantage? Or, I mean, you mentioned Alliance have the better late game,
Yeah.
so you feel like they just flat out win if they're at equal farm later on?
I think Alliance just heavily win late game because they've got a way to deal with the Batrider. I think Batrider is an amazing late game hero in most scenarios, but when there's a Venge in the game, you get that level 3 swap up, that Batrider lasso just gets instantly countered every single fight. So
That's a good point.
I think when you've got a support who's 2.6k net worth, who can hard counter one of the cores of Secret, you're pretty happy if you're Alliance.
They're looking for Weehaw. The Yules again. S4, he's found his prey. He wants the bat. He is going to blink forward onto him for now.
Even
Envy
Envy's
sticking
caught.
in the neighborhood. The Bear's going to isolate him. The cooldown comes out, but they bring in the Terrorblade as well. The root comes through. They found the sacrifice, and it will be Envy going down. The Batrider
That's
survives
stuck. He has no TP.
for now.
They
Only
don't know
for
where
now.
he is. They just know he's stuck.
He's got the stick charges.
It's a matter of like.
S4 gonna play a game peekaboo. Nah, he says we don't really care what you do, Weeha.
Yeah,
We're just gonna take your base, or at least your building.
There's so many hiding spots, and when he's got Blink 4 stuff, you're just wasting your time a bit, even if you know he
Radiant's
has no
top tower
TP.
is under attack.
They press onwards. Alliance.
Dire's middle tower
Well,
is under
this
attack.
is what we were talking about with this
Radiant
draft, wanting to play
structures are
offense.
fortified.
When they group up with all the summons, the illusions, they really hurt. On the mid lane, Misery caught by Queen of Pain, only PKBs, but it's not gonna matter. Just muscle down. That is not how you want to debut your BKB. Secret completely turned.
I mean, the secret game plan has become let's split push. They were trying 5-man group up. Let's just push another lane, but Alliance just punishing it, recognizing they had 3 heroes take a T2 tower top, while Queen and then 2-man unit kill off the Brood who's split pushing, and they're just going to continue to do that. They don't need 3-4 heroes to kill these secret cores. They can do so with just maybe 2 heroes at most.
With a win here, Alliance would force it to a deciding game 3 at a single elimination. Liquid is waiting, the winner of this series. They do have a game to give, but considering the advantage they had, it's definitely going to stick in their craw if they end up dropping it.
Yep.
Shiva's guard now coming out soon for S4. Okay, meanwhile, looks like the Ags will be the next item, so bolstering this already very scary pushing draft. And a Butterfly, almost complete for Loda, and I mean, even more importantly than those items, forget about those items, Benches and Aetherlands.
Oh yeah.
That Rider is going to be crying himself to sleep.
Yeah, level 2 swap already, so.
The range on it just gets insane.
And that's where, like, you may have a BKB on Queen, but chances of getting a good last off in a fight just aren't that great.
Almost feels like maybe he needs a BKB and a Lincolns.
Yeah.
Just to block that swap.
A lasso on Avenge just isn't all that exciting anyways. Like, you're not going to win a fight off Avenge lasso. So even if you can find and isolate the Avenge, which is unlikely because of the range on the swap, he can sit so far back, it's not gonna do enough for you.
It's definitely not a yeah girl kind of lasso, that's for sure. Alliance gonna smoke now. They're litching for a fight. S4, the man out in front, taking point. He will mosey up the ramp. Weeha trying to do a spot of dewarding. This could be the perfect time to strike for Alliance. 2 heroes desperately trying to kill that ward off. Do they make their move? They're going to let them back off, but they do breach high ground without getting scouted out. Now the Shiva's getting popped. There's a quick BKB from Envy. Does he get anything done during this time? S4 and Loda running towards him. They want to go on the helicopter, man. And they start to work on him with auto attacks. The bench trapped in the trees. Puppey trying to finish him off here. And now the lasso dragging Loda away from the rest of the team, but there's no damage. He wants to clip him, and he will succeed in doing so. So they lose their Terrorblade for the fight, at least for the time being. EGM, though, working together with Bulldog, and they'll bring down Envy, blasted off the map. And then the swap out. Come back here, Loda. I got you covered. And now they look to push. 2 down. Envy, no buyback. Secret. All momentum now gone. No split push in sight. They will have to defend, and they do so without their most important piece,
Radiant's
the
middle
Envy
tower
Gyro.
That
is
fight
under
wasn't
attack.
even, like, that was a lot of things that went against Alliance in that fight, but they were just so far
Radiant's
ahead of
middle
it
tower
didn't matter.
has
Like, the
fallen.
Batrunner got the lasso off. Bench was being kept under control and was so close to dying that suddenly Bat found a good lasso opportunity. But this to actual follow-up damage coming out from Secret.
Oh, man, there used to be a
Radiant's
tower
middle
there.
tower has fallen.
Not any longer. Alliance showcasing their incredible demolishing potential. Bear and
Radiant's
Terrorblade
middle
on the same
has
team with a
fallen.
bench backing them up, taking giant chunks of
Radiant's
HP
middle
out of these structures.
has fallen.
And immediately on the top lane, Alliance wasting no time and trying to close out this game. They've realized Envy probably doesn't have buyback. We would have already used it. The Bear goes to work. The tower drops quickly. Do they back now? S4 blinking away from the low ground. The Chen army in position. They're going to settle for the tower. They're going to play it safe. They may lose a Bear, but a noble and worthy sacrifice. And Alfredo for a lane of Rex.
Radiant's
Poor
bottom
Alfredo
tower is
cruelty
under attack.
continuing.
Bulldog's happy to throw his Bear away for that. He may be a cruel master, but he is effective.
For Alliance, it's whatever gets them the win here. Game number 2. It's been a 20 to 25,000 gold swing over the course of 15 minutes, and
Look at those graphs. One fight really says it all. The rest was just the aftermath, really. And, you know, it's something that we've talked about quite a bit, Gods, and this, as well as especially in the Shanghai Major qualifiers, in the new patch, Dire has been doing exceptionally well. And we've seen 2 games now, this one not over, but looking very Alliance favored, that seem to really just hinge on these Roshan fights. Perhaps that's the big Big difference maker.
Teams feeling pressure, and it's very much the case where it's a team who's got the early lead, but they know that it's a lead that won't stay if they don't keep applying pressure. Game 1, it was Alliance with like a puck Starladder. They didn't have the late game. They didn't have the scary 3 cores. And this game, it's Secret. They've got a Batrider as their mid. They've got this kind of more gank-oriented lineup that wants to pressure early. Even Broodmother, their hero that's going to fall off later, and wants to pressure early. So they felt more pressured into taking these early Roches.
And your Alliance, you can access the Roshan pit more easily as they still had their tier 2 up, so they're able to get there quicker. Same thing we saw from Secret last game. Even though Alliance last game were in the pit first, they're just able to close the gap too quickly on the side of
like
Secret.
A Hail Mary type play coming out from Secret.
And Alliance aren't having any of
it. Ain't
it.
working.
They got the Observer Ward down there in position. Are they going to go in? Roshan still about half health. The Bear leads the way, has a Basher picked out. Oh, hey guys, what you doing down here? How about you take a Queen of Painel to the face? S4 starts it off the right way. Misery, though, looking to slow down the Lone Druid. Now the Reflection comes down, driving Misery back to the pit. The cooldown's there from Envy. It's only hitting Illusions and Chen Creeps. Maybe the Bear will drop to this Puppy, snowballing forward, rolling onto EGM. They want to keep him out of the picture, but he still gets off the swamp. They can't stop the Venge without the lasso. I'm not sure they have the firepower to get the job done. Envy blasted away by Loda, and Alliance rolling over Secret 4, make it 5. 10 kills ahead, a Roshan to be claimed. You called it, Cuts, a Hail Mary. It doesn't work. Normally you throw in the towel, and there it is. Secret are going to have to go to a game 3. They could not slam the door on the Alliance here in game 2.
That Terrorblade, like, just life-stealing away a Manamorph form is just ridiculous. Like, even with the ranged attack, he just became unkillable. Alliance make a huge turnaround here.
Beautiful stuff. Again, the Roshan fights, they are deciding these games.
It's the thorn in both teams' sides. You get ahead, you go for a Roshan. Shit collapses. It does not go well from there. I totally understand for these teams. You're in a position where you need to keep applying pressure, but